The hottest group of 1954, the Presidents. The musician unions James Petrillo and Harry Truman out of retirement.
And ladies and gentlemen, when we get through with this will show you why we don't want any more canned music in the United States of Canada. And if that gang out there can take it, we're going to give it to them, ain't we, Mr. President? That's right. Now let's see where we go here.
Do you recognize 1954's tallest bellhop? Philadelphia's high school student Wilt Chamberlain was unmistakable on the court. In 1954, Wilt worked at a summer resort and played ball for the hotel team. Wilt went up against top collegiate talent in these exhibitions. You could already see that young Wilt Chamberlain loomed large in pro basketball's future. Maureen Connolly, a big winner in 1954, was already the first woman ever to achieve one of the greatest feats in tennis. What was her famous first? And ever to win all 4 major titles in a single year, the Grand Slam of tennis. Here's Little Mo at Wimbledon in 1954. Her powerful ground strokes have Louise Brough in the near court on the defensive. Match point now for Connolly. And this drop volley does it. Little Mo won 9 Grand Slam titles in just 4 years before a riding accident landed her in the hospital. She never regained her old form, and tennis lost a great and gracious champion.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you through the medium of newsreels for the wonderful letters and telegrams you sent me, as well as the many flowers. Believe me, folks, you really gave me lots of encouragement, and you have my deepest thanks for everything you've done for me.
Sam Snead on the left and Ben Hogan met in an 18-hole playoff for the 1954 Masters Championship. Hogan drives, looking for an unprecedented second straight win at Augusta. Hogan 2 putts here on his way to a 71, 1 stroke behind Sam Snead. Snead drove well all day, but it was Sammy's soft touch on the greens that made the difference. As Slam and Sam won his 3rd Masters in 1954. At the Women's U.S. Open, Babe Didrikson led the field as the final round began. She could drive, putt, and make magic from a bunker. Babe was on the comeback trail after a long bout with cancer. Just 15 months before, she was told she'd never play again. The Babe drops her last putt of the day to finish 12 strokes ahead of the field. Babe Didrikson, one of the greatest athletes of all time. The 1954 Yankees charge into training camp. Casey Stengel would lead them to 103 wins in their quest for a 6th straight pennant. The Milwaukee Braves had high hopes for a veteran crew and a soft-spoken rookie named Hank Aaron who would make himself heard around the league. Willie Mays put the Giants through their paces after a stint in the service, and New York manager Leo Durocher was thrilled to have Willie back. But Willie's return made the rest of the National League miserable. He tore up the senior circuit and hustled toward MVP honors. The Giants won 97 games, and Sal the Barber Magley picked up the pennant-clinching win. Mays and the Giants were headed for the series, but Cleveland manager Al Lopez had driven his Indians to an incredible 111 victories. That topped the Yanks' measly 103 wins and gave the Tribe the American League pennant. They were heavily favored to whip the Giants in the series. In Game 1 at the Polo Grounds, Cleveland slugger Vic Wertz put the Giants in a hole. His first inning triple to right sent the Indians out in front 2-0, and win number 112 seemed likely. But the Tribe's Bob Lemon couldn't hold the lead. In the third frame, Don Mueller's ground out scored Whitey Lockman. After May's walk, Hank Thompson threaded one through the right side, and Mueller came in to tie it up. It stayed that way till the 8th, when Vic Wertz came up with 2 Indians on. Wertz creams it, but Willie Mays makes that historic catch. I gotta see that one again. Mays ran away from the world and into the ranks of baseball's immortals. In the 10th, Giant Dusty Rhodes came in to pinch hit with 2 on. The score is still tied. Bob Lemon set to deal. Rhodes lofts it to right. It's gone! The Indians never recovered from May's catch and Rhodes' heroics. After 111 wins in the season, in the World Series, Cleveland went 0 for 4. In 1954, fitness expert Jack LaLanne set out to set a record. Here's Jack in his wetsuit. A float marked his progress as LaLanne tried to become the first man to conquer the powerful San Francisco Bay currents and swim beneath the Golden Gate Bridge. Jack did it with very little oxygen and no modesty to spare.
Sports Illustrated wanted me to talk to you.
Number 9, Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey. Our star of the year won his 3rd straight scoring title in 1954. And he led his Detroit Red Wings to their 6th straight league title. An achievement then without precedent. Gordie was the greatest from 1946, incredibly all the way up to 1980. Hockey's all-time leading scorer, remember